Hey everyone, Shadow here. So this is the first time I'm going to do this. I wanted to show my roster and my mastery setup and talk a little bit about both. Now, I've only been playing this game really for 11 months. The reason I say really is because I started my account a very long time ago, over 2 years ago, but I really wasn't into it, and I left the game for a year and a half, something like that. And when I came back, there were alliances and masteries, and none of those things existed when I had started playing. So I only got serious about this game about 11 months ago, and I've started grinding arena, getting champions, choosing alliances that can help me progress. And so what you're seeing here is the results after 11 months of grinding. So if you look at the bottom, I listed out all of the stats. I have a total of 89 3 stars. 37 of those are maxed out. I have 58 4 stars and 6 5 stars, and I will show them to you in a moment. So let's take a look here. As you can see, Rogue, Ultron, and Scarlet Witch are the only rank 5s that I have currently. And I chose them, Rogue for prestige, and she's also pretty good. Ultron for his great utility. If you haven't seen my rank up video, please take a look at that. And Scarlet Witch because even after the nerf, she is still awesome. Alright, as you see, I ranked Ghost Rider up there to rank 4 recently. I don't have a video for that, but I wanted to play around with him, and I am liking him so far. I may make a gameplay video of him later. Hyperion, you can see the gameplay video of him. He is also very, very good. And we'll just go down the list here. Wolverine is my boy. I have him in Alliance Quest. I don't see myself getting rid of him anytime soon. The only reason I did not rank 5 him instead of Rogue is because I needed the prestige. Otherwise, he would have gone up, no questions asked. Okay, Captain America, I wish I had World War II. I have not gotten World War II yet, but Captain America is also on my Alliance Quest team, and he is just a tank. Love him. Okay, you guys can see all the rest that I have here. And as you can see, I try to get them to at least rank 3. Phoenix, I got the Vision. You see he's ready. I'm just waiting for a tech advancement to come along, and I'll rank him and level him up. Venompool, Moon Knight, and Magic that I just got. So I will be ranking Magic up as fast as I can. The other ones, I'll rank them up eventually. Phoenix, she is awesome for prestige, but I would actually rather rank Hyperion, whose prestige is not that bad, and he is just a beast. I enjoy playing with him way more than Phoenix. If I ranked Phoenix up to 5 at this point, I wouldn't really take her anywhere. Maybe that'll change, maybe if I play with her more, but I don't know. So we shall see. Okay, let me let you take a look at my 5 stars here. As you can see, none of them are awakened yet, and I am waiting to have those awakened. My first 5-star was Juggernaut, and I want him awakened, but honestly he would just go on my AW defense team. For offensive, Guillotine, she is awesome even unawakened, so I actually use her mostly for questing now. Iron Fist, if I get him awakened, I will try my best to rank him up to 3 and 4 eventually. Hawkeye is another one that doesn't need to be awakened to be pretty good. His bleed, he got a recent increase, and he is actually a very good champion. Alright, and then we'll take a look very quickly at my 3 stars. So you can see the ones that I ranked up. Voodoo I actually got from the featured crystals. and I want him as a 4-star, and he will most likely replace my Scarlet Witch in Alliance Quest, and she'll go on my Alliance War team. And you see Gwenpool, I also want her as a 4-star. Okay, I try to get the featured 3 stars every chance I get, so you can see that I've done mostly that. Some of them are not ranked up yet because I just haven't gotten around to it. This Scarlet Witch, I believe her SIG level is 99 already. Before I had my 4-star awakened, I used that 3-star Scarlet Witch a lot. Okay. You guys can see what I have. I haven't ranked up Angela, King Groot, Nebula that I just got, the Vision, of course, recently. Just haven't had time, and I have other priorities that I want to rank up and level up right now. Okay, so that is going to do it for the champions. Pretty sure nobody wants to see the 2 stars. So let's take a look at my mastery setup. Okay, so everything on the left is pretty standard. Sometimes people put more in Pierce. That's a good choice. As you see, I went with Courage. The reason I went with Courage is because I feel that that gives me the most bang for my buck. I'm not a god tier player, so in Alliance Quest and Alliance War I'm going to spend a bit of time at half health or less, and that helps me out a lot. I took out a couple of champions when I was below half health, so that is what I try and do. Everything else is pretty much standard. Glass Cannon, I love maxing Glass Cannon out. Gives me a lot of bang for my buck. And as you can see, I have Deep Wounds and Assassin maxed. Now you can play around with the different points, and I have. There is no perfect one setup for your masteries. That's one thing you have to understand. There's a lot of flexibility. You can set up your masteries in such a way that fits your playstyle, and that's where you'll actually benefit the most. So the reason that I unlocked Deep Wounds first was Wolverine was my first 4-star, and he was also the first 4-star that I awakened. So I was using him in Alliance Quest a long time before I had all of these 4-stars. It was 3 stars and my 4-star Wolverine. So opening up Deep Wounds just made sense, and it made him a beast. Assassin, I can take points out of Assassin. You want at least 1 point in it if you're going to get it at all. 1 point is awesome. I've run with 3. I've run with 2. It just depends. And for Arena, I actually run with a different setup. Like right now, I'm about to change my mastery setup after this video because we have a little break with AQ and AW. So I'm going to go full suicides, and it'll look more or less the same, except I will put less points in Glass Cannon. I only need 1 point, and I will max out Liquid Courage and Double Edge, and I will put 1 point in Deep Wounds and 1 point in Assassin, and I have my points distributed elsewhere. Okay, now for my defense, as you can see, this is what I've gone with. The first thing you may notice is that I did not get willpower. I don't believe that it is needed. You can put 1 point in it if you want to. I have, but when I'm running suicides, I max it out and coagulate. When I'm not running suicides, I pretty much go with this build, but I can change it. It just really depends. I have not found that willpower all that helpful, okay, when I'm not running suicides. Now you'll see that I maxed out block proficiency here. I recommend that always, no matter what. But I don't have any points in perfect block, and I don't have any points in stand your ground. Now, before the update, I used to have 1 point in perfect block and at least 2 points in stand your ground. That may help if you're not as good as others, in evading heavies. That may help a lot. So you have to evaluate your own style. Your skill. And if you get hit with heavies a lot, then invest in those points and they'll help you. But if you've gotten to the point where you're not getting hit with heavies a lot, then those are just wasted points. This energy resistance is actually pretty good. If you have not watched Brian Grant, contest champion video, he did a video that tested out energy resistance as far as how much damage it reduced, and he also did a test on physical resistance, and the result is that they're actually pretty decent. They actually do reduce your damage decently. When I was trying to fight magic, this was last season, and my path on section 2, I had to face magic. I maxed out the energy resistance as well as the physical resistance. Maxing out the energy resistance did help me take less damage from limbo. It wasn't a huge amount of damage reduction, but it was damage reduction. Right now, I'm not having to face a lot of magic, so I only put 1 point in that. The physical resistance is actually very useful. More useful to me than the perfect block or your stand your ground. Now, up here, I only put 1 point in salve. I used to run with max that. I don't anymore. And I maxed out recovery. Now, I've also run with neither salve or recovery in some of my builds. And then I just put more into my offense or my utility. Okay, let's take a look at utility. Now, this is pretty much my minimum for utility. I run with this minimum no matter what build I have. I have these points. Now, if you'll see here, my Mystic Dispersion is unlocked. I've unlocked it up to, I believe, 3. I can't see. But I've unlocked it to about 3. I'm not running a Mystic Dispersion build because I don't have enough Mystic champions that are awakened that I'm using. But when I awaken my Juggernaut, if I start playing with my Ghost Rider, when I get Dr. Voodoo, then I will start thinking about making a build like that. But for now, this is what I go with. Now, I want to say one word about Pacify. That is also very useful in fighting magic. What you'll do, if you max this out, you get a 30% reduction in basically her ability to do limbo. It's a defensive, ability accuracy reduction, okay? As you can see here, when your champions inflict stun, they also reduce the enemy ability triggers by 10%. That includes her limbo. So you have a 30% chance to reduce her triggering limbo, but only when she's stunned. So what you have to do is you get her almost to, like, say, that second bar of power, then you stun her and push her past the into the past the first bar, and you have just a chance. And I've tried it. Now, one thing that you need to be aware of is that when she has a high signature level, you're reducing it by 30%, so she may still fire that off every single time you try it. It's just a chance. So I tried that, and it is useful if you want to fight a lot of magics, especially in Alliance Quest. If you know you're fighting magic, you may invest in that. It may save you, a few times. But this is a minimum that I would recommend. Stupefy, I always max that out. I actually tried doing this with 2 one time, and it threw my timing off, and I didn't like it. This, I actually used to run with maybe 1 in parry, and you can, but I've noticed quite a bit of a difference when I max out my parry. Not just in the damage reduction, but also the stun. And it has helped me out a lot. So now this is my minimum build. Before this, I would have only 1 point in that, and that was my minimum build. So that is going to do it, guys. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. If you haven't subscribed already, please consider subscribing to me. Like the video if you enjoyed it, if you found it useful and helpful. And you guys have a blessed day.